One. Say two.
Oh,
Two.
three,
4,
5,
6.
7.
Today, we're going to talk about autism. Autism, what is it, and what life is like with it. At the end of this speech, I would like for you all to be able to tell whoever it is what autism is, like I said, and what life is like with it. I found that most people that in my population or people that are around me that people just don't know what autism is or what it's about or what people go through and what people have to deal with throughout life when they're diagnosed with it. Not only people who are diagnosed with it, but people who have family members who are diagnosed with it. The definition of autism, it's becoming a part of people's lives each and every day. It's a mental condition present from early childhood characterized by difficulty in communicating and forming relationships with other people and using language and abstract concepts. A few types of those are Asperger's, autistic disorder, Rett syndrome, and I've read that autism is more likely in boys. I think the ratio from boy to girl is like 54 to 1. There are many symptoms of autism, but here are a few. Trouble with hearing, very sensitive to sound. You may have students or people who have been diagnosed with autism and just regular noises that bother me and you, they make them go into a rant, make them not act out of proportion and act crazy, which is not what I should have said. People with autism sometimes have major delays in all areas of development. So just in times where some of us may understand things quickly, it may take them a longer time period to understand. Things like that they understand to do, like what we understand when we wake up on a daily basis, we're told to wash our face and brush our teeth. We may remember that for the rest of our lives, but people who have autism may not remember that in 3 days after you tell them. And that becomes frustrating for them, and not only for them, but it also becomes frustrating for the people that are trying to teach them things. And it's very easy to get frustrated with someone who has autism. People with autism have problems in such areas as communication. A lot of them have problems with communicating on the part where they don't know exactly what to say. Like they're awkward in conversations that are just everyday conversations. Like, how are you? They may not know what to say. They make the whole situation awkward. And throughout my life, I've worked as a special education major. I've learned how to talk to different people, and just because somebody has autism, it doesn't necessarily mean that they can't talk to you. It's just what's going on in their head makes it very awkward, makes it very tough for them to talk to you because they don't know exactly what to say. Now we have come to our final point, and that will be autism's treatments. There are many ways to treat autism. There is not a way right now to cure it. And I have read that there may not ever be a way to cure it completely, but there's ways to cure it as far as like working with someone who has autism and letting them do things that they enjoy. Like instead of talking to them and trying to teach them how to add, they don't just teach them how to add. You teach them how to add cars, or teach them how to subtract cars, or different stuff like that. Just like we deal with and we do the same thing with. Like, I know with me, I don't like to talk about politics. So if you try to teach me a subject or help me with it and you compare it to politics, I just want to understand and I don't want to understand. Things that can be as simple as learning, things that can be as simple as just learning to add 1 plus 1 could be very difficult for them because they just don't know how. They don't know what's supposed to happen or how that's supposed to go because they didn't learn in the first place. Now that we have covered everything, I would like to see that more people actually talk to people, not because of what they've been diagnosed with, but also because they're a human being. Talk to them like you know them. Talk to them like you care for them. If not, they can feel that, they see that, and we want to make this place a happy place.
What do I push?
No.
It's still
Just push the red button.